she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking to us together, cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what next? 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 Love obsession. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why,
What's up, cuties? Happy Sunday. How are you guys? My degree is real. Good, bad apple. My sis, Pink Diva, Linda Gamble, Teresa Wright, Bridget J, Danya, Gia, Tay. Who else is here? Armel. Hello, Armanel. Hi, Armanel. Hey, Frankie. How are you? Welcome back. Welcome, guys. I just wanted to come gossip for a little bit before we go live over on Patreon. If you are a Patreon member, we will be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta in about an hour, 2 hours. An hour and 55 minutes. So we'll be over there on Patreon watching the final part, OMG, thank goodness, of the reunion and having our little discussion, like we do. So welcome. Let me see if I can get this smaller. Why does it do this? Oh, that was smaller. These circles getting larger and larger. Let me see. I guess that's it, huh? I guess. I ain't gonna fool. Okay, that looks a little smaller. I ain't gonna fool with it. But if you didn't hit the like button already, please go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I don't know if any of you have seen, I'm gonna be hitting it up all week long. So if you are a Cutie Crew mod, do not feel obligated to make everything. But I think I got live scheduled all this week. I got to get back in the groove of things and also just get active with my hot topics so I can make sure I'm in that algorithm. You know what I mean? So yes, Cutie Crew mods, I don't expect you guys to make everything. That's why I got about 5, 6 of you. But I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my girl, Philly Girl for life. We'll be chatting over on Patreon. And if Philly Girl is there, I'm gonna let her know how she assisted in, unbeknownst to her, of me getting over a fear. So I'll tell you guys over there on Patreon. Hey, Miss Texas. All right, guys, this probably would only going to be about 30 minutes or so, depending on how quick I can get through it. If not, a little power hour-ish. But hot topics, the majority, all of them are Bravo related. Excuse me, let me mute. All are Bravo related except the reunion of Destiny Destiny's Child. I was a huge fan. My all-time favorite song from Destiny's Child is Cater to You. And the favorite part of that song is Michelle. Now we're gonna take a look at this video from last night. Millichan put what I was feeling watching this. You guys know Michelle unfortunately had a tumble where she fell down the stairs, and she made sure to pay close attention. Another person said she got PTSD, but shout out to Destiny's Child. I think I'm gonna predict. I will bet that the next tour will be a Destiny's Child reunion. My guess, my guess. But shout out to them. Take a look. They look amazing. I'll play some music in and out. But look at Michelle. Look how she looking at them stairs, child. She's like, ooh. So I loved it. I loved it. And I just wanted to make sure to just talk about it real quickly. I don't know if it was a part of your childhood, adulthood, or what. But I was just happy. People been asking. And if they do a Destiny's Child reunion, I'm there. Wasn't it nice, Harmonell? Wasn't it nice? Totally agree. So that's that on that. But let's go ahead and get into all of these tabs are Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, everything Bravo as we lead into our live watch party. And people are clowning Troy. People are clowning child Kroy. Why did I say Troy? Kroy, because he now has a regular job. And he was once a part of the NFL. But what I want to know from you guys is, do you think like I think? Did Kim Zolciak ruin Kroy? I think so. I think so. He tried to live up to her standards as far as the house. And, before Kim, he was low key. You know what I mean? Very, very low key. And yeah, because of Kim and her, in my opinion, wanting to keep up with the Joneses, they lost everything. The mansion went into foreclosure. They are still going through their divorce. It's on the table one day, it's off the table the next. And I feel like, thank you, TNTG Mom, I totally agree. We agree with each other. She ruined him. But he now has a regular job in sales. And he said that he got this job to take care of his kids. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Again, for me, I feel like he would have been able to live off of his NFL pension and all of that. So shout out to the Uncut. I'm not following them on over here, but they posted it. And they have that Kim and Kroy met at the heights of their careers, but unfortunately, divorce broke. Great to see he's not letting anything stop him from taking care of his kids. And that is great. That is great. Everybody complaining about Kim. Outside of Kroy, her daughter, Ariana, who's on that show with Candy Burris's daughter, she said Kim stole all her money, child. So yeah, Kim trying to keep up with the Joneses as well as the Kardashians and everything else. She ruined everybody around her. The kids now regret plastic surgery, lip fillers, Botox. She had them girls getting that mess allegedly uh, in their early 20s, late teens. And it's crazy. So I don't know what Kim is up to recently, but kudos to it appears the separation that's happening. I know the kids love their mom, but for them having the courage to speak out. Let's see. Somebody said he still got mouths to feed. It's more respectable than gambling or stealing from his children. And that is a dig at Kim because she has a gambling addiction. And as I just told you guys, she was stealing money from her own kids. So let me see what you guys have to say about this. Hey, Flojo. Miss Texas, you said you meant Kim. I figured that with your comment up here. You said Troy, like I did, but I knew you meant Kim. Where's your comment? Troy drained her, him of everything, but you meant Kim. Yes. Good Bad Apple said Kim is a piece of work. I never liked her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She always thought she was better than all the other ladies. You know what? I was down the middle. I did like her and Nene's dynamic when they were friends. And if you guys don't know, a little backstory, Kim Zolciak was the original reason why Nene left the show. And she said it was racism and favoritism because they had given Kim a show and all of that. But I did like her and Nene's dynamic in the beginning. The whole Big Papa thing, I got a cackle out of that. But other than that, you know, what more was it when it comes to Kim Zolciak? Not much. Not much. You didn't like her either, Teresa? Really? It's probably better they stay together. He might be a good salesman. If I didn't have my daughter, I would do sales. Ugh, I hate sales, child. I'll never forget. My first job was Wendy's, child. First job, Wendy's. Second job, TJ Maxx. But early in my 20s, I thought I could do telemarketing. Back then, and I don't mean to sound ancient or old, but how they used to have the numbers, help wanted sections in the newspapers, and it was a telemarketing company, and they trained you and you started same day, and baby, they trained us for maybe an hour and put us on them phones, and on my first break I left. I can't do sales, child. At all. TNTG mom said that's what happens when you live above your means, try to outdo others. Yep. Totally agree. And I think that Kroy just wanted to please his wife at the time, but she was bananas with it. And it caused him to lose everything. So I think it's commendable. Kudos to Kroy. And as of a couple weeks ago, they had taken their divorce off of the table. And that probably lines up with what Miss Texas said. It's probably better to stay together financially, though, you know. But yeah. So that's that on that. Let's get into somebody else that I'm just gonna keep in my prayers, child. And that is Katie. You guys know Katie from Real Housewives of Potomac. Did you like Katie on the show? I'm just going to say this. I feel like Katie, and again, prayers going up to her and prayers going up to the next person I'm about to say. She gives me Britney Spears vibes. And all Britney does, child, is dance in her house. And prayers going up. I don't think that she needs to be under the conservatorship, but I do think that something ain't right when it comes to Britney Spears, and something ain't right with Katie. Katie has admitted that she has addiction issues, and I would say, and I'm no doctor, a couple mental health challenges as well. She always goes live over on Instagram or make all of these manic posts, and now she's back. She's back. Katie says she didn't get married, child, on July 10th to the love of her life. She said, prior to our marriage, I had a slight manic episode. It's been handled, and he encouraged me to get help and also stay off social media. So I'm committed to that, but now I'm back. No, she said, so I committed to that, but now I'm back. Well, Katie, it's only about 3 weeks later, child. Did you do the work? She says she's healthy, she's happy, and she's married to a good man. So kudos to Katie. Hopefully this guy can be a good influence. I don't know. Hey, pretty eyes. Steph M said Kroy should have put his NFL money in his parents' name. I agree. And you know what? Steph, I heard that the parents never cared for Kim Zolciak. but I'm sure he wishes he would have done the same thing. Hey, Deborah, how are you, sis? When she tried to sing, you was done. What, tardy for the party, child? All right, Kroy's mother told him she wasn't the one for him. Yes, Flojo. Yep. What part did not know? Armanel, let me know. Commission is hard work. It is. It is. And yeah, no. That's what I said. Yeah, no. First break, I'm out of here. Child, I forgot what they had me trying to peddle to folks. Good Bad Apple said you did plenty of telemarketing jobs after high school and college. It pays the bill. Yeah, you just have to be patient, and I wasn't. I wasn't patient at all. But yeah, it's a person in my past that had a very, I would say, lucrative career in telemarketing. So the money is there, you know. Kim was on the new show with her daughter. She was there to get a paycheck. Was she on that show? The Gen Next? Maybe she made an appearance because the show is just for the youngsters. And I didn't like how they treated Riley at all, Candy's daughter. If you've ever gone to a majority clear school, I did in high school, then sometimes you can encounter problems. And I saw so much of what I went through in high school with what Riley was going through on that show. I was ready to drive to New York, child, or fly. But Candy, let it be known, and a lot of people stood up for Riley. Todd's daughter came out recently and said that she had to pull up, but they cut that out. But she pulled up on set because they were picking with Riley. She was quirky, wasn't she? She was. And for a short time, I will say Katie's appearance on Real Housewives of Potomac, because I think that she left and came back. Second time around, it was a no. First time around, I agree with you. She was quirky. She held her own. But I think that divorce and all of that she was going through really did something to her. Look good, Bad Apple, just smile and let her dance. Good Bad Apple say Brittany just like to dance. That's all with her crotch cutter shorts on, and it's like she's stuck in the time that she was a superstar, because she was. And yeah, just let her dance. Just let her dance, child. Hey, Kelly, you hope he's rich. Does it give rich vibes? Kinda. Now I will say this: Katie always went after a man with the money. You know what I mean? Oh, child, somebody said, oh, Lord have mercy. This person say, Katie, is unhinged, but she keeps a man, honey. Yeah. So, kudos to Katie. And I hope that, again, not only this guy can just keep her on an even keel. Hopefully she can do that herself as well. I don't think 3 weeks is enough, but if she do, it is what it is. Did you or you do steal Mocha? Yeah, Katie was all right. Katie was all right. Katie was a little out there, but she didn't take mess. Correct, Chocolate Drop. Correct. She held her own. I agree, Stefan blew through his 20 million in less than 10 years. You guys are talking about, where is Steph's comment? You guys are talking about Kim and Kroy. Okay. That's the comment that I read. Yeah, she blew through all his money, child. When you leave the NFL, you have NFL pension, I believe, or whatever they do as far as retirement. All of that money is gone. She keep a man, child. Look, she do. That Nene left because of Kim's A. Okay, so you didn't know that. Yes. Maybe one day I'll try to find it for you guys, but that was her initial complaint. And it was Kim Zolciak. Okay. Hey, Aunt Zebby. Aunt Zebby is here, isn't she? I agree. And Riley went away to school in New York and all of that. And she's living her life. I love it. You appreciate, why am I smacking? Maybe because I just had an awesome homemade salmon. Do you guys say salmon or salmon? Bowl, OMG. Deborah said, I appreciate the way Kayla spoke about her relationship with Riley. Yes. And you know what else I appreciate, Deborah? In the beginning, the relationship with Candy, Kayla, Todd, Riley, it was off, you know. And now you can tell that they all just love each other and they are one big, happy, blended family, you know. And yeah, she spoke up for her little sis. She did, she did, she did. Didn't Kim sell her daughter's purse or something? I believe so. Kim sold a whole lot of stuff when it comes to what was in that house. But the I don't know if Brielle has spoken out about Kim, but Ari, I think her name is Ariana. She did. But she still loves her mom as she should. All right, all right. Let's see. You still love Katie and hope everything works out for her. I do too. Hey, Lady Vine. I do too. Let's get on to some more Housewives news. And this gave me, well, let's stay with Potomac real quick. You guys know that Mia Thornton, dropped G Gordon for ink. Done done. She was done done. Well, child, ink has dropped Mia. So I'll go to this post first on Mia's page. Mia is so confusing, and I know that she confuses herself because she goes from not posting Gordon to not hanging out with Gordon to hanging out with Gordon, and Gordon gonna do whatever Mia wants him to do. And when she posted this a couple days ago, I'll just read the comments. People said, I'm confusion again. I'm gonna click like. This person say, we are tired, Mia. Stop playing with that man. We are tired and we are confused again. This is why you stay out of married folks' business and blah, blah, blah. So on first glance, and let me click like, a lot of folks, including myself, said, oh, she's back with Gordon. You know, because again, she dogged him out. So she posted a series of pictures from when the kids were little. And she had another post, but this I loved. This I loved. I believe this may be was this the wedding picture? I don't know. But anyway, everybody's like, oh my goodness, she's going back down memory lane. That means that her and Ink are over. And I be damned if earlier today Mia didn't make a post saying her and Ink are over. Before I read her captions, are you confused? Are you confused? Absolutely, Deborah. And I think that Candy finally got a little balls and told her mama, look, mama, step back, step back. But it was Mama Joyce that didn't like Todd or his daughter. I agree. All right. Teresa, I really can't stand Mia and her lying tail. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Mia is going wherever the money resides. I ain't mad at her. Deborah said Mia is trying hard to get Bravo to see her. She thought she was a shoe-in to be casted on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yep, she threw her name out there and everything, and they did not bite. And look, she had a spot on Real Housewives of Potomac. She left that reunion earlier. Bravo don't like that. We're going to get into some things that Bravo don't like. But anyway, she said, no, G and I are not back together. Let me enlarge this. We do see each other every day and are deeply involved with raising our children together. So grateful. So, raising the children together, they see each other every day, but they are not together. But she's grateful. Look, that's good. You know, co parenting should be successful. But I think that Gordon has all hopes on getting back with his wife. I do. But she said, yes, I'm single, not bad choice. Ink, with his little bitty ass, decided he didn't want to wait any longer to take our relationship to the next step. And I'm not ready nor in a position to enter another marriage right now. Kudos to her. I've been married, combined in both marriages for 15 years. I think it's fair to date and spend time with me. Kudos again to her. Although, please note, I was deeply in love with him, but actions following the separation are placing a deep wound that may not be repaired on both sides. And she said she's just keeping it real. What else she say? She said the glow you see, it is what happens when you let go of people and situations that no longer serve you. Surround yourself with people with high vibrations and exude confidence. Most importantly, spend time practicing gratitude and truly putting in that self work and place your energy into spaces that fuel your soul. Lastly, we have one life to live, beauties. Live. If it's not making you happy or adding value, leave it where you found it. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts on Mia? My degree is real. You hit it right on the head for me. Look, again, it's commendable as far as what she's saying, and I agree with her wholeheartedly when it comes to not rushing into another marriage, not spending time alone, getting to know herself is a good thing. But I also think that with ink, cutting the ties on a relationship, I think that all of these pictures was to get at him. I do. And I think that if ink comes back in the picture, these pictures will disappear. Because, you could make a post with all the throwback pictures. Maybe it's just me, going back down memory lane without Gordon in it, you know. So look, Mia, know what you're doing. Mia gonna get to the money, and I ain't mad at her. But what my degree is real said, I totally agree. She's a flip flopper, and she does give gold digger. You know, I'd rather dig for gold though. My degree is real instead of coal. You know what I'm saying? And look, when we got the Gabbies of the world getting 33 plus allegedly $1 million, hey, it is what it is. She probably burned a bridge at Bravo. Yeah, I think with her walking out on that reunion, yeah, that was a stain. Flojo, you say she's not Real Housewives of Atlanta material. Why not? What material would you think that they show themselves as? Because, child, we watch every Saturday. All we see is boobs and butts. And Mia, Mia fit the bill. Okay. So I think that she would have fit in with them. I don't think that they give anything higher vibration than Mia, but I respect your opinion. Gordon is stuck on Mia's looks. Did we ever find out the DNA? Um, she said that the son was his. I don't know if they did an official DNA test, but that's what I did not like about Mia, Teresa, in the last season of Potomac. The way that she used her oldest son was disgusting. It really was. How does her and G see each other every day if she's in Atlanta and G is in the DMV area? Maybe she's back. But if reading that comment made me think of something. Mia at one point said that her and G lived in the same building. Did he move to Atlanta? Anybody in the comments know? Lady Vasse, in my opinion, I think Lion Mia is done with Bravo. Yeah, but I think she's done that because of Bravo and not her. And in my title, Kenya Moore is done as well. We're gonna talk about it. Not little bitty child. Deborah, you know he little bitty child. Little ink. Little short. How does Mia and Gordon? Okay, I read that. Not Mia fit the bill. She does. Debbie said Gordon must got some more money. Okay. She back for the money, child. Gordon let Mia allegedly break up his marriage. Allegedly, she started off as a side chick, and Mia is all Gordon got. And I do think that Gordon loves Mia, but I'm with Aunt Debbie. I think it's the money. I think it's the money. Hey, Philly girl. Philly girl, I got something to tell you over there on Patreon. You wouldn't even know, but I'll let you know. It was said that G moved to Atlanta. P.S. I love your voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, and I thought that. And I always say caramel or caramel. And you can't tell me how you pronounce it, but I pronounce them. I say caramel, but a lot of people say caramel. I'm assuming yours is caramel because of the way that you have it spelled, you know? But thank you for that. All right. And Debbie says about the money, and Lady Val say, I agree. All right. Deborah said at first they moved to the ATL together, but Mia be lying. So we don't know. However, if she was back in the DMV, Giselle would have called it out. Okay. You mean post show since she left? It is caramel. Okay. I thought so. All right. Oh no. Oh, she can dress the part. I think she tries to make her life bigger than it is. I wouldn't trust her around my husband. Got you, Flojo. Well, child, she'll just go right on and join up with Portia. You know what I mean? Baby, had your husbands and your daddies. All right, let's go ahead and get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta news, child. Um, if this guy don't go somewhere and set his ass down somewhere, oh Ralph Pitman has made a whole diss track to his soon to be ex-wife, Drew Sidora. Let me close Mia out. Child, I'm gonna let y'all take a listen. Naturally, he dropped it on a Sunday. Anything to piggyback off the ex-wives. We know Martell used to do the same damn thing. Any major announcement, it was done in correlation with something that Mel had going on. And I be damn if his twin brother Ralph is not doing the same damn thing. A diss track. So, child, if it's copyrighted, the YouTube remove it. We're gonna take a listen to this mess. Hold on. But I wish you well. Gotta move on, baby. I wish you well. All love on his side. I wish you well. Gotta do what's best for me. Work on myself. But I wish you well. Wishing you well. Ralph say he wish her well, child. He put the pen to the paper, and he say he got to do what's best for him, but he wish her well. Do you guys think that this is a diss track? It's a diss to me because, again, he's piggybacking off of her, period. So although the message in the song is not a diss, first of all, we know you don't wish her well. If you did, you wouldn't have took half of her business, allegedly. If you did, you wouldn't be doing all the shit that you're doing. But child, a whole diss song. A whole diss song. Stick to the day job, child. Yeah. Go ahead and get back to your IT job. I'm going to play a little bit more of the audio. Is it a bop? Is it a bop? Cece said, what the hell? What the helly? Oh, I can't stand that song. Let's take another listen. Aunt Debbie, you like it? Myself, with your well, child. Gotta move on, baby. Wish you all love on his side. I wish you well. Gotta do what's best for me. Work on myself, but I wish you well. Facts, Philly girl. He said, I wish you well. Anybody think it's a bop, Teresa? B-O-P. Is it hot? Is it hot? Is it a bop? Is it a nice song? Philly girl said if he wishes her well, why doesn't he move on out that doggone basement? If you wish me well, can you do it from your place? And let me go and stay in this place where the kids are accustomed to? Excellent point, Philly girl for life. Linda Gamble said, Ralph, what the hell? Sit yours down somewhere. Aunt Debbie say, hell no, she don't like it. Okay, it's a flop. It's a flop. Okay, Aunt Debbie say she'll give us more when we get on Patreon. I'm gonna leave that window open for when we go to Patreon, Aunt Debbie. I will leave Ralph open just for you. Aunt Debbie gonna cuss his ass out. If you guys don't know, this banner for Aunt Debbie has been saved since the first time she hit my panel. She gonna give it real raw time. You think so good, Bad Apple? You say it's trash. You know what? That's a studio voice. Let's listen again. Let's listen. That's a studio with a lot of help from the studio, I think. But let's see. Let's see. Gotta move on, baby. I wish you all love on this side. All love on that side. Maybe I need to listen to the whole song. Ralph did say it's on all streaming platforms. I would like to know what comes after that. Well, well. Let me hear a little bit more. But I wish you well, wishing you well. But I wish you well, wishing you well. Ciao. Enough. So again, he dropped this on the final part of the reunion, on the day of the final part of the reunion. His wife is the star of that show. And yeah, all moves to me are questionable when you move like that. You know what I'm saying? This person said Ralph so badly wants to be Drew, y'all. They said it's so sad when a husband want to beat a wife. Ooh, child. So they are saying that the only reason why he recorded this is because Drew, hey Veronica Monroe, is a recording artist. You know what? I'm gonna take one for the team. Let me put this on my little note. Listen to Ralph's bullish. Hold on, Ralph. Listen. Okay, we'll try to find the full song, and then we'll listen to that because Aunt Debbie say she got something to say. She got something to say. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Deborah said it's a flop for me. Ralph and Drew need to go away from us with this. Now, look, speaking of Drew, let me go to Drew page because Ralph say he's wishing her well, but the last single that Drew posted is I'm single again. So are they talking to each other through their music? Because I told you guys, and look, if they stay together, kudos to them. I don't think that they're going to go through with the divorce. That's just me. But let me see if I can find Drew so we can listen to that. Okay, Instagram, what's going on? Hold on, guys. Let's see. Drew Sidora. All right. It won't bring up her page, so I'll try to find that for Patreon. Let's get into Kenya Moore. Let's get into Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is done. Unfortunately, Kenya came out with that apology that Andy made sure to read last week when we watched part 2 of the reunion. If you missed it, I'll go ahead and read it. She apologized for nothing because she announced that, yeah, I won't be coming back. And I'm going to give my thoughts on Kenya, but this is what was read at the reunion. She said, I'm disappointed to not be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta 16 reunion taping today. Please know I take full accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. What's the old saying? When you put the milk before the horse before the cart, Can somebody let me know? When you put the horse before the cart, is that the same? I think that's what happened. Just based off of her statement. She said she would be on back on Bravo soon. And yeah, it won't be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It won't be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, Good Bad Apple. They have 2 or 3. Oh, you went and listened, Linda Gamble? You didn't like it? How many kids does Drew and Ralph have, guys? Somebody put it in the chat. But absolutely, Good Bad Apple. They have, off the top of my head, I know they have a boy and a girl, but I believe they may have 2 sons and 1 daughter. But yeah, they have kids together. Let's see. Thank you. No, Flojo said the cart before the horse. That's how it go, Flojo. No, my degree is real. The horse is, I'm confused. The cart, normally, the cart is behind the horse. Okay. So the old saying is don't put the cart before the horse. And that's what Kenya did to me with this statement. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. And Bravo said, So this is what I was not confused about, but I'm like, wow, they know already. Kenya came out and she already speculated who's going to be on the next season, and she let us know that she won't be. Now, I heard a couple names, but let's go ahead and listen to Kenya more, and I'll give my commentary on Kenya after this.
Some tea. The upcoming Brooklyn, I go out of the room with that and shut the door, honey. So I do know that they're adding 2 new housewives to the team. They're adding 2 new housewives, and I think you guys kind of know them both. They're both like known people. One is a business person and she's a restaurateur, and the other one is actually, you know how we always say, oh, you know, it's giving Love and Hip Hop. The other one is actually from Love and Hip Hop. So yeah, there's that. There's that. No, some tea. The upcoming Brooklyn, I go out of the.
Okay, so I must have saved the wrong one, but she did say that she would not be back on the show. You know, she will not be returning at all. And look, I'll go ahead and say this. But before I do that, Kenya Moore said a restaurateur, which a lot of people believe is I'm just going to say the vegan CEO, Pinky Cole, down here, and then K. Michelle. But I also heard that they were looking into Mimi. Now, what I wish they would do, I don't know. I think I would like K. Michelle. I don't know. But I keep the network separate. You know, if they were on VH1, let them stay on VH1. I don't want to see Mimi on Real Housewives of Atlanta. K. Michelle is okay, but I damn sure, and I don't know about you guys, I damn sure don't want to see Jocelyn Hernandez. And Jocelyn is upset. Jocelyn said the fact that they won't let me do it is crazy. No, Jocelyn, you are VH1. And this person said, I think you're a little bit too Zeus for them, mama. That, you know, I don't know. Let me know in the chat. How do you guys feel about them bringing on, thank you, Aunt Debbie, the Love and Hip Hop X stars? We just saw that when it comes to Basketball Wives. They had Ty Young on there, Mimi's ex, and Ming Lee. And you know, that's different. But for a Bravo show, no. But give me your thoughts about Kenya. My thoughts is this. Thank you, the cart before the horse. My thoughts is this. Kenya did this to herself. And it's not like I dislike Kenya or anything. I guess I can just say personally, I was more of a Nene fan. Kenya was a tad bit too extra theatrical with the props and all of that. And it is because of that final prop, that poster board, that got us right on up out of there. And I don't like Brit at all. But Kenya Moore did this to herself. A lot of you guys felt like Bravo didn't want Kenya on the show anyway. And I beg to differ. And the reason why is the only thing that they had to do was not offer her a contract. It makes zero sense to me for them to offer her a contract to come back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they didn't want her there. If they didn't want her there, she wouldn't have gotten that contract. But with her trying to get back at Brit, she's ruined everything, in my opinion, because not only is she missing out on the pay, and Kenya was getting, I heard allegedly about 1.5-ish million per season. That's some nice money to get dressed and go to restaurants and talk. That's gone. Secondly, she ruined her spa event. And allegedly, there's rumors that they are trying to evict Kenya right now out of that spot. And I think that she had banked on running her spa with her salary from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I don't want to kick her while she's down. But again, Kenya did this to herself. Now, we know the majority of us have said that if Bravo had made a move and got Brit out of there when she had that pow, when she said that pow threat or whatever, then Kenya wouldn't have done what she did, but she still didn't have to do what she did. You know what I mean? Is that true? Yes. Thank you. TNTG Mom. Because you guys remember, TNTG Mom said Drew and Ralph have 2 biological kids together because Drew had a son when they got married. And she did, because remember, Ralph was going to act like he wanted to adopt the child. Then he pulled out. Then he made a book about it. All that type of mess. Thank you for that. Good Bad Apple said, I don't like K. Michelle either. Another reason for me not to watch. Yeah, she seemed to have changed. I don't think that K. Michelle was ghetto on Love and Hip Hop. I just think that her battle that she had with Toya and Rashida, you know what I mean? But she's an excellent performer. I still can't see her in Real Housewives of Atlanta, but this is what I'm hearing. They want to go younger completely. So I don't think we'll see Cynthia back next season. I do think we'll see Angela and Kelly, Drew, Portia, Shamia, but they're adding 2 new housewives, allegedly, according to Kenya Moore. You believe Portia? She did it to herself. Oh, I put that in the comments. Okay. Deborah said, well, I knew Kenya was done last year when all this went down. Kenya kept her fans thinking she would be returning. I hope whoever gave her this cast info gets fired too. She knows how Bravo rolls. Yeah, she definitely has to have an insider, because how did she get that information? And most times we don't hear any talks as far as if they've been renewed, who's returning, and all of that until well after the reunion. We're watching part 3 of the reunion in another hour, and she already got this information. All right, couple more comments, and then we'll get into what she had to say about Cynthia. Jocelyn Hernandez was mad. Jocelyn is not a good fit, Linda Gamble. Miss Clara said, I hate that Kenya is unemployed now, but I'm glad she will not be returning. Yeah, and I do think that possibly we may see Kenya in another capacity on Bravo, traders and the girls' trips and all of that they do. We saw Phaedra doing all of that, and she's back. So maybe Kenya one day will be back, but it won't be next season, okay? Look, K. Michelle already got him sitting up there, child. That's all we say is like, why do your boobs have to be up and out? Okay, well, Aquarius. All right. Thanks for letting us know. You think K Michelle is going to be great? No, Jocelyn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at K Michelle. And a lot of people saying she ain't married. Well, a lot of them not married, okay? But I would just be curious as to what she will give, you know? But I guess she'll give what the other one give. I don't know, child. We shall see. Yes, I do think that she'll be fine. I do think that somebody else will pick up Kenya Moore, but it's unfortunate that that one incident derailed all of this, and she lost big time. So I'm not sure if Bravo was obligated and they paid her out completely for season 16, but it appears that she knows ain't no 17. Bravo is done. And I must say, I'm going to say this, and you guys know I definitely try to stay away from all things love and Mary Huntsville, but I will say kudos to Bravo for taking a stance on something that was revenge P, because that's what it was. And we know that that did not happen when it comes to own network. Bravo, they did the damn thing, immediately acted. They didn't say we're gonna wait for court. We got to see what's going on. No. And we know that OWN didn't do that. Veronica Monroe, Charles Oakley said, who else is married? He gonna say that tonight. So although the show is called Housewives, who's a housewife? Let me put this picture up, child, so we can look. Britt was on the show, married. Angela married. Phaedra not a housewife. Portia not a housewife. Shamia is a housewife. Kenya not a house. I'm sorry. Cynthia not a housewife, and Kelly. So yeah, we get that that's the name of the shows, but that's been out of here. You know. All right, couple more comments. Shout out to 185 of you. Please hit the like button. But if Faye is back, then Kenya will get another chance in the future. I think so too. You heard Keisha Cole. What? See nah. Put on love and hip hop. Or Zeus. You know? Doreen agrees with me. Kenya did it to herself. Finally, her antics caught up with her. Yeah, that was too low. And that's the only thing about Kenya. When she go low, she go to hell. Okay? And we know that it got a drug right there on the reunion floor by Portia. She's done it throughout this season. The whole thing with Apollo was very distasteful, but this was three strikes you out. When it comes to Britt, I just hate that she gave Britt the satisfaction of basically, in a roundabout way, getting her up out of there. I hate that because I don't like Britt. It's going to be a no for you. It's crazy for Jocelyn to expect to be hired. Ciao. And it's the way she said it. Jocelyn said, the fact that they won't let me do it is crazy. No, it's not. No, it's girl. Do you remember what you used to do on Love and Hip Hop? You and Stevie J and Mimi the maid, and girl, bye. Stay in your comfort zone. I hear that Lemmy pays them well. And yeah, no, I don't want to see Jocelyn. Do you guys remember when Jocelyn made an appearance on Married to Medicine? Because she did. Good Bad Apple say Kenya should just start a podcast with Mia and get her own bag. There's big money in it. I totally agree. It is big money in it. She does have her YouTube channel. And this is not the last that we'll see of Kenya Moore. I just hope that, that she got enough where she won't be evicted. And Aunt Debbie and I had to talk about this because allegedly it was going around that Kenya Moore said she didn't want to do 4C hair in her shop. You guys know what 4C hair is. The majority of Black women have 4C hair. And that's the coarse. That's the coarse hair. I got 4C, okay? That's very distasteful for Kenya to say. But Philly girl was telling me last night that she heard that Kenya may be doing quick weaves and everything else. Now, child, she gonna take 4C, 4B, 3A. Child, 4Z, she gonna take it all, but she shouldn't have, if that's true. And I will say, allegedly, but if that's true, she should have never come out and said something like that. That's discrimination against your own folks. Judging them by their hair type and refusing to service them. No. She can do it in her spa. Yeah. Valeria said, I don't like the ex Love and Hip Hop stars on Real Housewives of Atlanta. They are too ghetto for this show. Remember when? Okay, so you just said that. I just asked that question. I do remember when Jocelyn was on Married to Medicine, and she did act a fool and was ready to put them paws out on folks. Okay, couple more, and we're going to get to another clip of Kenya. Kenya could have stopped at Who Is This 304? Once she revealed those adult photos, it was a wrap. Facts. She could have used her mouth only and said more than that. You know what I mean? Now, I will agree with a lot of you partly, because I mentioned that if Bravo didn't want Kenya on the show, then they wouldn't have offered her that contract. But I will also say, if Bravo wanted to keep her, they would have just threw out that whole scene. You know what I mean? So they did not go an extra mile to protect her. And although they didn't show the pictures, they bleeped, covered and blurred it out. But if they really, really wanted to protect Kenya and keep her on that show, they could have edited all of that out, and they didn't. You think Cynthia will be returning as a friend? Cynthia didn't give anything to me. If ruining your career was a person, it would be Kenya Moore. I agree. K. Michelle is something else. They need to get married couples. I heard Shamia was fired. She wasn't from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she is no longer following Bravo. All right. I don't have the screenshots to put up because I did not email them to myself. But Valeria, I will say shout out to Binge Worthy. You guys know Binge Worthy YouTube channel. And he dispelled that. And Shamia confirmed it. So Shamia never had, and I'm looking for it on my doggone phone now. Shamia never had Real Housewives of Atlanta in her bio. And I also had another receipt somewhere, child, where it's being alleged that they are definitely offering Shamia a contract because of her and Portia. So they want to see that dynamic. They want to explore and see if they'll still be friends or not. But when it comes to the bio part, it was never in her bio. All right. So let's see. K. Michelle was horrible on Love and Hip Hop. You don't want you don't want that energy on Real Housewives. Okay. I'll read some more. I will read some more after we get finished watching this next clip. But prayers going up for Kenya Moore. She'll be okay. And she's already started her YouTube platform, and she's making money from that as well, and her business and everything else that she got going on. But she also spoke on Cynthia Bailey, and she slammed her. And she said that Cynthia betrayed her. So we know that Cynthia said on the reunion part 2 last week that she hasn't heard from Kenya since the day after that poster board incident. She hasn't heard from her at all. But Kenya is coming out and telling the reason why. Let's take a listen.
Cynthia, I'm gonna be very truthful right now. The reason first of all, she's not telling the truth about the timeline of, well, she's mistaken. I don't want to just say she's not lying. I did reach out to and chatted with her via text messages the day after my salon event. I'm not upset with her for speaking her mind. I think she could have handled it differently, but that's not the reason I have not been speaking to her. I thought Cynthia was my writer, one of my best friends, my confidant. someone that I really love and trusted as a sister. We have been through our ups and downs, our lefts, our rights, whatever. But at the end of the day, I thought she was someone that I would always be able to trust. That's not true. Okay. Cynthia. There were some private things that I told her, shared with her, and texted her that she shared with someone else. You're on YouTube. Okay, thank you. That she shared with someone else. And that really gutted me because in this world of housewives, and you meet people, you form these relationships. Some are because they're work people. They're cast members that you work with, and some they become really a part of your village. I trusted her with my daughter. I trusted her with my secrets. I trusted her with a lot of things. And trust me when I tell you this, I have kept her most private moments, her most private secrets to myself.
All right, we're going to continue to watch, but what are you all's thoughts about that? Do you believe that Cynthia, shared Kenya Moore's personal information, text messages between the two of them and all of that? Is that believable coming from Cynthia doing that? I don't know. Naturally, I wouldn't know, but why do folks do that? Did Cynthia have a mad day moment? I don't know. Let's continue.
There were some private things that I told her, shared with her, and texted her that she shared with someone else. You're on YouTube. Okay, and have never and will never disclose any private information, specifically, speaking about intimate conversations that we've had or text messages that we've had where I'm explaining something in a very intimate way. And I know that she betrayed my trust, and I won't tell you, specifically the people, the why. I know the why.
Why, girl?
And the why was not for my best interest. It was for hers.
Oh, I'm going to play that part again because you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Cynthia, shared the information with Bravo. I'm thinking Cynthia shared it with Bravo. Let me go back again. Let's continue.
And so all this, I haven't spoken to Kenya, all this stuff. Please, just at this point, please stop talking about me. You can stand on your own. You can say whatever you want to say, but please, I'm just saying, please stop talking about me. What you're saying is not true, and have never and will never disclose any.
I want to listen to this part again, guys. Let's see.
Private information, specifically, speaking about intimate conversations that we've had or text messages that we've had where I'm explaining something in a very intimate way. And I know that she betrayed my trust, and I won't tell you, specifically the people, the why. I know the why. And the why was not for my best interest. It was for hers. And so all this, I haven't spoken to Kenya, all this stuff. Please, just at this point, please stop talking about me. And, I just don't want that nonsense in my life anymore. I want genuine people who really are on my team, even if that comes down to 2 people. And one of those people is Brooklyn Daly. I'm okay with that. I think I know who my writers are. And, honestly, she's just not one. And,
All right. Do you, listening to that, does it put you where it put me? I think that what she's trying to say is And if so, they'll never be friends again. And I don't think they'll be friends again because it appears to me that if I'm correct, Kenya believes it. But with Kenya having this inside knowledge of um, Bravo bringing on 2 new housewives, who the 2 housewives could be, blah, 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 that lets us know that she got an inside connect, period. I think that inside connect told her that Cynthia may have shown either the producers or whatever, like the last time that they spoke, just to prove to them that she hasn't heard from Kenya, excuse me, and then also private details of their conversation. If what Kenya is saying is true, that's what I think that it is. But I guess we'll find out. Kenya got her own YouTube channel. I think we'll learn more. Let me see what you guys are saying. And did I have any more clips of Kenya? I think I have one more because she called Portia out in a way as well. But I'll read what you guys have to say. We'll look at that. And then we out of here because I got to get on Patreon. Hey, girlfriend. You said Cynthia is a snake and wants a piece. So, yes, she wanted Kenya off. Oh, Teresa said Kenya has been mad at Cynthia since the girls' trip. Kenya, what are you talking about? Deborah said, I don't see Cynthia spilling any secrets about Kenya. Deborah, I'm on your side with that. I don't see her spilling anything to the girls, but can I see Cynthia spilling something to them producers? Yes. That's just me. Let's see. Peace, love, and light. Hey, sis. You said, I think with some of these ladies, they love to paint a picture of each other to sway the narrative, how they are seen to the viewers. Good point. Backstabbing. You believe Kenya? All right. Doreen said, in my opinion, Kenya just messed up really bad this time. She went too far. That's it. That's all. She would have been on the show. And I think that still on the show. And I think that had she remained on the show, we wouldn't even have this conversation about Cynthia right now, you know? And Kenya has never said anything on any platform about Cynthia. Well, she just did, child. Keisha said she snitched to Bravo. You agree with me? Mm-hmm. Well, that is a possibility. Cynthia was the one who talked to Bravo about Kenya, as Portia mentioned on her YouTube channel. However, I really don't know. Oh, so Portia mentioned that Cynthia said something to Bravo? See, I didn't even know that. And I got that from Kenya's little clip there. Cynthia snitched on Kenya. You've betrayed yourself, then go on with your life, and it's okay. You betrayed yourself. She did. She really put herself in its own predicament, unfortunately. Philly Girl for Life said a caller on another CC show alleged that Cynthia was not a true friend to Kenya, and Bravo was done after this last antic on the show, allegedly. Okay, I can see that. Well, Cynthia is saying the CC didn't have to say it. Cynthia is saying that, Kenya is saying that Cynthia wasn't a true friend. It's crazy. To be honest, I don't know if Kenya had any lifelong real friends. Aunt Lori exited stage left years ago. Yeah, and you know what? It was a couple people over there in the comment section that was saying that they want Kenya to heal from her childhood abandonment issues. Now, why they were saying that because of this, I don't know. As far as her clips. But look, my heart goes out to her. I can't relate. Maybe some of you can, maybe some can't. But yeah, the way her mom did her was wrong. It was. Let's see if I can find this last clip, and then I'm gonna read a couple more comments and we out of here because I'm gonna have 20 minutes to get ready for my Patreon crew. If you want to join us over there on Patreon, feel free to do so. Mods, I'm gonna need you guys to help me in the future. If you can copy the links to your devices, I would appreciate it. But I got it in there. If you want to join us on Patreon, we'll be over there in about 30-40 minutes. We'll be watching the last part of the reunion, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. The guys are coming out. We're watching that, and then starting next Sunday, we will be watching Beauty in Black. All right, and I'll add something throughout the week. It may be an early Friday, though. I'll let you guys know. But let's see if we can find what Kenya had to say about, was it Drew or not that provided her with the information on Britt. If I can find it quickly, we'll go through it. If not, we'll go through it tomorrow because I'm off. And I still want to talk about the wife of the CEO that was busted. I did not read her statement to you guys, and I want to do that. Okay, I can't find it, and I'm not looking any longer. But anyway, Kenya Moore said that she did not tell Portia that Drew Sidora is the one that told her or provided her with information on Brittany. Portia said it. She said it on a reunion. She said it on her YouTube channel. And Kenya Moore said Portia is lying. She didn't say that. So somebody lying. Somebody is lying, you know? Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Until Ink's pockets. Okay, you still on Ink and hey, Coffee. Ink and Mia. Ink will be back, child. Valeria said, I don't care for Portia and Kenya. Both are liars. Both will plot against you to get what they want. No, Portia mentioned another housewife went to Bravo. All right. Okay. Girlfriend said this the first time Kenya has mentioned Cynthia, whereas Cynthia was on the world tour talking about Kenya. Girlfriend, I know you are a Team Twirl, and that's fine. And I've never, to your point, I've never seen Cynthia come out, and you'll have to point me in that direction. I've never seen, because Cynthia is the timid type friend, that tiptoes, I think, around some issues. She was like that with Nene, and those are the vibe that she's giving me with Kenya. But we'll discuss it, girlfriend. We'll be right on over there on Patreon. Patreon is telling you to buy access to the stream. No, a lot of you guys, that is for people who are not members. But Good Bad Apple, go to my community wall, and I'll show you. Give me 1 second. Because I'm not sure if you're a member, if you have a separate membership on Patreon, but I did share the link for the Cutie Crew members. So let me just show you real quick, sis. And then we out of here. But I want to thank you guys. We got up to about 200 of you guys that watched me on this Sunday. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to the Replay Gang Yang. Shout out to the Cutie Crew, the Cutie Mods. Shout out to each and every cutie that was in the chat. Let me remove this for Good Bad Apple. Good Bad Apple, you see this post, sis? Go to my community wall, and it says Cutie Crew. The link for our live watch party for Real Housewives of Atlanta is in the comments. So just go to the comments and click it, and you'll have access. So yeah, I don't know if you are a separate member on Patreon, but it's there for the Cutie Crew, okay? All right, I want to thank each and every one of you. If you put a comment in that I did not get a chance to read, drop it down in the comments section and let me know, and I'll make sure to respond back to you guys. Let me set up for these Patroni Cuties, child. Aunt Debbie says she gonna cuss Ralph ass out. Let me write Aunt Debbie right here so I won't forget. But I'll see you guys over there in 35 minutes. Thank you again for joining me, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.
chat with Cuties. Chit chat with Cuties.